Welcome back here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. I'm Nick Sutherland. Carlene is here in studio. We want to get to a story that obviously is making national headlines, and even folks here locally have their eye on. We're talking about the government shutdown. So we're hours away from a potential shutdown. It looks inevitable at this point. I know President Trump met with congressional leaders yesterday. Those conversations continuing. Again, that government shutdown is looming over the country. WCNC Charlotte's Megan Bragg here in studio to talk to us about it. You're verifying the impacts, because I think when folks hear government shutdown, I think they have a basic concept of what it means, but they don't know the nitty gritty of all the impacts.
And there's a lot, obviously, to get into, but lawmakers have until midnight tonight to reach that decision before that shutdown goes into effect. A little bit of history here as far as shutdowns. There's been 14 shutdowns since 1980, and the most recent one was 2018, and that one lasted for 35 days.
Wow,
so
it's been that long.
It's been that long. So a few years ago. And let's talk about who this would affect, because, when we do think of this, we think of, okay, this is in Washington, D.C., really nothing to do with us, but it will affect a lot of people here in North Carolina. That's Department of Health and Human Services, the IRS, and National Park Services. Employees will face delayed paychecks until a decision is reached and until that shutdown is over, if we go into a shutdown. There are reports of potential layoffs as well, and those would affect paperwork, such as your welfare paperwork, and closures of national parks and museums too, if it does get to that point. But things that it won't affect, post office, it will not affect that. That's because it's not really funded by tax dollars, but more so funding and sales from people going to the post office paying for services. So that won't be affected. Military and TSA will also not be affected, so they will still continue to work. However, TSA will be affected if this shutdown lasts over 2 weeks.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so if it does last over 2 weeks, then they won't get paid immediately. So they'll be working but not getting paid. So that's something to think about. Your SNAP and WIC, that could run out of funding. However, Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid will not be affected. So those are the things that we are looking at. Like I said, SNAP especially, it affects a lot of people here in North Carolina. And, we don't really think about National Park Services, but a lot of people will be using those, especially in this fall time. There's so many beautiful parks people will want to go to. So something to think about, that if this shutdown does happen, those will be affected.
Do you know, and I hate to put you on the spot like this.
I
should have asked you this
It's okay.
before. Back in 2018, do you know how long that one? It felt like it lasted for
28. It lasted 35 days.
35 days.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So it lasted over a month.
Because I remember I was working in it. I just started in Atlanta, and one of the big attraction sites, the MLK Center.
Yeah.
Which is in near adjacent downtown Sweet Auburn district in Atlanta. And so there were signs on the door. There are a lot of people that come to Atlanta just for that site, and it's very big, and there are a lot of disappointed folk. So, I mean, again, obviously, I know this impact is wide-reaching, more than just
absolutely
things that people can enjoy.
Exactly. Jobs and benefits really for people. It's definitely, the people working feel it, but we will also feel it as far as paperwork goes. If you have any IRS stuff that's happening, that will be affected.
I was just going to mention your girl Carlene. I always file an extension for my taxes. Which is due next week, I think, at the 15th. So I'm sure the federal government will expect me to still file on time if it's shut down, but I will get a return. If it's shut down, that's probably going to be delayed. So, and I'm sure I'm amongst millions of Americans who have filed their tax extension. So this impacts you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it impacts a lot of people. So that is something to be aware of. Like I said, lawmakers have until midnight to reach a decision. But you were saying, Nick, doesn't really look like it's going well right now. No. So we'll just have to wait and see. But 14 shutdowns since 1980 is pretty like, I'm trying to think, I'm trying to do quick math here, and I'm terrible at math,
Same.
but that's, how many years is that, Nick?
Since that-
I'm like putting you on, like, Nick, you tell us.
You help us.
You're a guy, help me.
since 1980,
Yeah.
that's been 45 years.
45 years.
Yeah.
14, I mean, that's not,
Yeah.
I don't really know if that's good or bad, but,
Yeah, I mean, 14
and
and
it's also
45 years. Yeah.
too interesting how there were none before that, like,
I mean, so yeah, it's definitely in
or
the
maybe
last.
there were, I just don't know.
If we stretch out to 50 years,
Yeah.
it's been
It's been,
like a regular occurrence.
yeah. So hopefully, if it does shut down, that they'll have a deal quickly, and life will be back to normal. But that's what we're watching. Those are the effects.
I was like
And-
looking through some of the numbers. I was trying to do some quick.
I know you're
research.
trying to
I
do
was trying
math. Like,
I was-
literally, you
Math
put 3
people.
journalists in a room, and you're like, math? I don't
No,
know.
I will say I'm pretty good at math. That came,
Yeah, well,
just
I
came
am
pretty
not.
quick. It
Good
came-
job.
yeah, fact
Yeah.
check me
The
at
Brags
home
are
now.
not good at
You're
math.
Yeah.
not. The Brags cannot do
And
that.
they are not related, by the way.
We
So
are not.
I
But
was-
By
we-
soul.
by
But-
soul,
Spirit.
we're related.
but-
Yeah.
which is a separate conversation.
Exactly. We can't get
I
into that
thought
now.
again, next time Meg comes in here, we'll break down
How we're
The family
related.
tree.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
It has to be.
somewhere. I believe it. I believe it.
This will air at 5:30, just so you know.
That was my next question.
knew
that
it.
she
I
just
beat you
answered.
to it.
You said 5:30?
5:30. Yeah.
5:30. Don't want to miss it. Meg, you do great work.
Thanks.
Questions that a lot of folks have, subjects folks have a lot of questions about.
Sure, yeah.
You provide the answers.
Well, yeah, now I'm thinking about my tax return. I honestly,
Yeah.
I
Good
didn't think
questions. A lot
about
of
it
folks-
until you said the
Which-
IRS. I said, oh no.
Carlene, we gotta talk about that.
I know. I always do an extension.
Why are you doing it?
Because
again?
I get it back
What are you, a
before Christmas
billionaire over
time.
here?
Yes.
No, come on. Like, she's
She
like,
is
I
a
need an
billionaire.
extension. Yeah.
Heavens
Billionaire.
no.
Okay.
She's a billionaire.
I'm a procrastinator.
Billionaire Carlene.
No,
Yeah.
no, I
Carlene.
procrastinate, but then I usually get the tax return back before holiday time when I wouldn't mind having a couple extra dollars and cents in my
Yeah.
wallet. However, now with
You
a
might not get
shutdown,
that.
I might not get
Well, since Meg
my
helped you
return
out,
for a while.
you might, for your services, Meg,
For my services.
since you guys are
Yeah.
in the
Should
same
start
family.
paying me for my services of being on here.
All
That's
right.
true.
See, this is where it takes a turn. Meg Bragg.
Okay,
no longer,
bye.
no
Okay,
longer on
bye.
camera.
Thank you.